Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ajit. So in the previous video we have successfully implemented Redux on the onboarding screen. So from this video we will develop some backend APIs, like to develop the login and register things. We need some APIs like the register API and the login API. So we will develop this APIs in this video series. So we will use the technology Node.js, Express.js, and the database will be MongoDB. If you are not comfortable with these technologies, then just follow this video series and just do that what I am doing here. If you have interested to learn the backend, okay, then please follow the videos. And in this video the development will be like some faster way. Okay, we will develop the backend in fast way, so I will explain everything in a short manner. Okay, so in this video we will first create our project and create the folder structures. Then we will install some dependencies. Then we will create the server and we'll do that the server connection. Okay, so let's get started. So in my project folder, here I will create one new folder. Okay, so here I am writing backend. Okay, this will be our news app backend. So I am writing news app backend. Fine. And before starting the project, make sure that you have installed Node.js. Okay, to install Node.js you need to search like this Node.js, and inside that you have to install Node.js. Okay, this is the current version and this is the LTS, that is long term version. Okay, you need to install this. Okay, according to your system, that will be automatically detected. Okay, after installation, then please start the project. Then after installation you will access the node. Okay, to check that, in the terminal you can check by node version. You can see that 14.15.4. then we will open this folder in VS Code. So I am opening VS Code. So now I will open the project from here. Okay, then my project is in my desktop. Find your project location and go over there. I will select the project here and I will open here. Okay, now we will initialize Node.js in this project. So I am opening the terminal. Okay, here writing npm init. Okay, and you can see that here asking for the package name. Okay, what will be the project package name? So I am writing here like news app. Okay, backend. Then it's asking for the version. I will keep that the default 1.0.0. then you can see that there is asking for the description. So I am writing okay, then entry point will be our server.js. Okay, we need to write the entry point, so we will use server.js as our entry point. Okay, then skip that, keep enter, also keep enter. So here I am writing author is MIT, license also MIT. You can give the author name as your name. Okay, just give the MIT as a license. Okay, then press yes. Okay, fine. Now you can see that we got one package JSON generated over here, and inside that all that we have put in the terminal all are written here. Okay, in a JSON format. The name, version, description, and main will be the server.js file, and some scripts we will write there to start the project. Okay, and author is MIT, so I will change that to my name. Okay, put your name. So I will change that to okay, you can write whatever you want. So then we will create the folder structure. Okay, there will be first some config. Okay, we will write some configs here like the db connections. Okay, and we will create models here, the schema of the database. Okay, generally we will use, so generally the MongoDB is the no SQL data. Okay, so that depends on the models. We will create, fetch and do all the database operations by using the models. Okay, so models generally work as a schema of the database. Like for the auth part, there will be one user schema that will handle all the things. Okay, to fetch, to retrieve, to store. Okay, all the things we will do that. If you are not getting this, okay, you will clear when we will start developing. Then we will create one controller folder here. All the controller file will be here. Okay, controller files where we will write all the business logics. Okay, all the logics will be written here. Then we'll create one route. Okay, in this routes everything will be, the route things will be here. Okay, we will do that later. Then one utils. Inside utils we will put some utils things like, for the node mailer we will keep the node mailer, code here, and like to generate the token. Okay, we will put the codes in utils file, we will use everywhere in this project. Okay, then we will create some files, that will be the server.js file. Okay, that will be the entry point of our project. Here we will create the server, then we will finally use all the routes here, and we will register the routes in server.js. Then we can access them over the network. Okay, so one more software we need, that is the Postman. Okay, make sure that you have installed Postman in your PC. So to install, you have to just search Postman download. Okay, then in the first link you can click here. Then here you need to download. Okay, so whatever your system, it will detect automatically, and you can download there. Okay, just install that, and some interfaces will be like this. We will test the APIs here. Okay, just download and install it. Okay, I have already installed on my system. Okay, I will show it later. Then we will install some packages. Okay, so I'm clearing this terminal. So we will use the package like npm. We will do that by installing npm install. The first one will be express. Okay, that we will use to create the server. Then we will use mongoose to do the database things. Okay, we will access the database by using the mongoose. We will perform the database operations from MongoDB by using the mongoose package. Then we'll use node mailer. Okay, to send mail to activate the user account. Okay, then we will use .env to access the environment files. Okay, we will do that later. We will do that after this installation. Then we will install one Morgan. Okay, that will be the development purpose, to see the logs, what are the API requests are coming, to see the logs. Then we will install express form data. Okay, to access the form data like the images. Okay, we will store images also by using the express form data. Then we'll use image to base64, that we will convert the images in base64 and store in the database. Okay, then install JSON web token to create the token. By using this package we will generate one token, and in this token the user data will be there. Okay, that will be in encoded format. Okay, that ensures the security things. Okay, that ensures that the data is in secure. Okay, so we will use that JSON web token, and we'll install load dash. Okay, that we will need during the mail send. Okay, then one package is colors. Okay, that will do the colors in the terminal. Okay, and one more is bcrypt.js. Okay, this will used for to make the password encoded. Okay, we will store by encoding the password of user, that nobody can see the user password. Okay, we will use that. Then I will press enter, because this will be the packages that we need for our project development. Now you can see that all the packages we have installed. Okay, then you can see that node mailer is here. Okay, all the packages like .env and colors, okay, express form data, everything has been installed on our system. So now we will create the server. Okay, so all the things we have installed successfully. Now we will create the server and we will test is the server is working or not. Okay, so to create server, okay, I told you before that we need express. Okay, we will import the express in our project by like this. Okay, then you may know that we have installed one package, that is .env. Here we can see what are the packages that are installed. You can see this is the .env. Okay, we will use this package to access the config files from our project directory. So I will create one environment here, nv. Okay, that will be changed. So the environment will be to hold all the things, the set of things like the port number and the MongoDB address, database address. Okay, and one node environment that will be store. Okay, that by using node environment key, the project can detect that it is development mode or in production mode. Okay, that will automatically change. And okay, so let's put some things in here. So we will add the port number. We will run this project on the port number 3000. Then we'll use node env. Okay, that I told you that here the so here the project will detect that is it in production or in development mode. Okay, whenever we will put this project on the server, it will change to production. Okay, now it will be on development. Okay, later we will add some Mongo URI and some JWT secret. Okay, we will do that later. So inside the server.js we will import one more package and directly we will use there. So I will write require, okay, .env, and I will directly use over here like config. Okay, make sure that to access the config file here, okay, I have used this package .env. Okay, you need to import this on the top. Okay, before that you can not import some folders that are using this variables. You need to import the .env first. Okay, then others file can use the environment variables. Then we'll use one more package that is known as colors. Okay, colors will use to color the terminal. Okay, so actually colors doesn't have any functionality to work, that will only display the color here. We can color the log, like for the error it will be red. Then we'll use one more package that we have installed, that is called Morgan. Okay, we may install that. Let me see. Yes, Morgan is installed. To see the logs, okay, we will use Morgan. Then here I'm writing Morgan is equal to require and here Morgan. Okay, fine. Then we will register the Morgan in Express middleware. Okay, so we will create one variable of express. You can see if you are hovering over here, it is a function. Okay, so we need to, you can see that the express function is a top level function exported by the express module. Okay, so we will create one variable of express. Okay, fine. So here we will use the Morgan. To use the Morgan, here we will write f dot use. Okay, Morgan. Fine. And here development. In every request, it will act like a middleware. It will attach to all the APIs. Okay, when we will call one API, the log will be displayed like this API is called. Okay, generally we use this package in development. Okay, so you can check here like if process dot env dot, here we have used one variable node env. Okay, now you can see that how I am accessing the node environment file, node environment variable from here. Okay, that I have registered the dir.env file here, and now we can access the env file by process.env. Okay, process.environment.node.env, and here I can check the development. Okay, so this will check if process.env.node environment is equal to development. Okay, if it is on the development mode, then the log will be displayed. Okay, and whenever it will go on the production, then log will be not displayed over there. So now we will add some extra middlewares of Express.js to access the body data. Okay, that we will send from our application. We cannot directly access the body data, so we will use the middleware of Express. Okay, here I'm writing JSON. Okay, now you can see that by writing this we will access the body data, and one more is app.use express dot url encoded extended, and here we will write false. Okay, fine. So we have used two middleware of Express, like the expressJSON and express URL encoded, that we will use them to access the body data. Okay, you can see that returns middleware that only passes URL encoded bodies and only looks at request where the content type header matches the type option. Okay, this will access the URL type data, and this will access the JSON data type that we are sending over the body. Okay, fine. So these are some general configuration. So then now the time we will create the server. Okay, so let me first take the port from here in the environment file that we have used 3000. Okay, that we have put here 3000. Okay, we will access this port variable. Okay, now I will access that by process.env.port. Okay, if the port is not available due to some issue, so we will add 3000. Okay, if there will be issue to access the port file, then the default will be 3000. And now the time is to listen the application. Okay, listen the application means to create the server. So I am putting here the first parameter will be the port, and here I will put a log, that is console.log, that server is connected in. So here we will display that is connected to the development mode. Okay, we will use the variable process.env dot this one. Okay, this will, in the development time, it will be so that the server is connected in development mode. Okay, while it will be on production mode, it will display in production. Okay, mode on port, and we will display the port here. And one more thing, that you can see that we are accessing some colors like red. If I will give yellow, okay, that is the work of the color property that we have installed. Okay, we will color the terminal here to red. Fine. So let's close this one. And one more packages that you need is to install the Nodemon. Okay, Nodemon is a package that we will use to start the server. Okay, we don't need to start again by again. Okay, now you can see, if I am starting by using the node server.js. Okay, now you can see that server is connected. Okay, we can now access these paths. Okay, so now we can access the server here. If I am changing over here, you can see that connect, you can see that there are no changes over here. So we need to install a package that is called Nodemon. Okay, I will clear here, and here I will install Nodemon as global. Okay, and also we need to install the Nodemon package as local. Okay, and you can see that access permission is denied. Okay, that is because in Mac or Ubuntu system, Linux system, we can't directly put the package in globally, so we need to put sudo access. Okay, in Windows there will be no issue. Okay, so here I'm writing my password, and now Nodemon is installed. So now we will install it locally by npm install Nodemon. Okay, and Nodemon is installed. So to start the project, we will write like Nodemon server.js. Okay, fine. Now you can see that Nodemon is started and server is connected to development and showing it is connected. If I'm changing something here and saving the project by Control S or Command S, you can see that server is connect. Okay, that is reflecting after saving the project. Okay, fine. So we have created this server. Now let's access. Now let's create a dummy endpoint. Okay, app dot, you can see here I will use the get method here. Okay, here I will give the path as absolute. Okay, we will directly access the local host, and the second parameter will be one function. Okay, that will take request response. Okay, and here we will console the request dot body. Okay, so the request dot body is to access the body data. Okay, whatever body data we will put inside the postman. Okay, that will be displayed over here. And one more console dot log is endpoint is working fine. Okay, good so far. Then I have saved this project by Control S or Command S. So then we will go to the postman. Okay, open postman. So I have installed postman. You can see here, this is the postman. Here we will put the API request. Okay, if you haven't used postman before, then just follow this. Okay, for the first time it will ask for the login sign up. Okay, you have to finish that. I have already installed before, so I don't need to do all the things. Okay, here you can see one plus icon is here. Here you have to click that. Okay, and now we will put the address over here. I will write http okay, / localhost 3000. okay, our server is running on 3000 of localhost. Okay, and I will send it. Okay, and also we have used the method get. Okay, we got some error. You can see it is showing that console is not a function. Okay, I may have some issues. Let's check it. Okay, I just write here console. We need to write log. Okay, fine. So need to again save and restart the server, and again I'm going to postman and here sending. Okay, and you can see the request is going and it is not showing because we haven't sent any response. Okay, we didn't tell the API that what response you need to send. Okay, that's why it is sending the request. Then here you can see that endpoint is working fine. Okay, so endpoint is now working fine. So in the postman I'm clicking here cancel and I will response the data. Okay, and I will response them as JSON request.body. okay, whatever the user sending the body we will send them back as a response. Fine, so I hit enter and our project is restarted, server is restarted. Then I'm going over here and I will go to the body tab here and in the raw. Okay, make sure that you have put the method as get because we are using the get request. You can see over here this one. Okay, then inside that I will just do that below and I will here use the JSON. Okay, in here you can see text is default, so need to change to JSON. Okay, because the body data is going in JSON format. JSON is stand for JavaScript object notation. Okay, everything will be in key pair value. Okay, so here I'm writing name Ajit, then I'm writing channel code with Ajit. Okay, fine. So now I will hit send and you can see that I got the response as the same as we have requested. Okay, fine, and here you can see that name is Ajit, channel is code with Ajit. Fine, so we have created successfully the demo. Okay, and if I will write here as a star mark. Okay, and in the postman if I will access like login and sending this, and you can see that here this API is called. Okay, generally this API is for the wildcard purpose, like okay, if there isn't exist any endpoints it will be run automatically. Okay, so I will delete here and I will write endpoint does not exist. Okay, that is the incorrect. Okay, one. So I will put send here again. So you can see here endpoint does not exist, so I will also send them back send. Okay, by using the send function we can directly send as a string. If you don't need to use JSON, okay, we can directly use that. And also one status is over here, so I will write as a 404 that is not found. Okay, fine, and keep save. So status indicate the status of the response request, and you can see that 404 not found, endpoint does not exist. Okay, that is the error that will be displayed. Fine, so we have created this server. Now this time is to connect to the MongoDB database. Okay, we will use the MongoDB Atlas, okay, that is on the cloud server. Okay, so I will open the Google Chrome, and here I will type mongodb.com, and in the MongoDB website we need to create a account. Okay, if you don't have account, then you need to register here, and if you have already exist the account, you need to sign in here. Okay, so I will create a new account here. Okay, then we will use them, then we will create a cluster. Okay, inside that we will create the database. Okay, so to register you can see this form, so we need to fill that. So I will write here the company name. It is optional, so if you are not writing, then also you can log in. Okay, then how are you using MongoDB? Okay, here I will write I am learning MongoDB. Then I will write my first name and last name, then I will put a password, then I will put a password, then we will agree the term and conditions, then we will click here get started free. Okay, so you can see that one verification email is sent to my email ID. Okay, so I will click that to verify the MongoDB. So here I'm clicking verify email. Then after our account will be activated, then we will create the cloud. Okay, now you can see that email successfully verified. Then I will click continue. Now you can see that it is asking for the organization name and the project name. Here I will give the project name as a news application. Okay, then here I will choose the JavaScript as our preferred language, then we'll click continue. Now you can see that, so we need to deploy a cloud database. Okay, for that we need to choose here shared. Okay, because that is free. Okay, so I will create that. Then here you need to choose the cloud provider, let it be AWS, and I will click Mumbai as I am from India. That doesn't matter, whatever you are selecting. Okay, so then I am creating the cluster. Okay, need to select this image. Okay, mountains or hills. Okay, this one, this one, this one. Okay, fine, clicking verify. Okay, and now our cluster is creating and it is making ready. So now the time is to give the database access. Okay, we'll create one user that will access the database from here. Okay, so I will add new database user, and here I will write same as Ajit123. Put your name or one username. Okay, new user. So I'm writing this, and also I am writing the password as Ajit123. Make sure you have remembered the password. Okay, so put them and click add, and here our our changes will be deployed. Then I will go to network access, and here I will provide the network access. Okay, without any network access we can't access this MongoDB cloud. Okay, so here you need to put the IP address where you are accessing the cloud. So I will click here allow access from everywhere. Okay, because now we are developing the project, so I will create, so I will give the default route. Okay, we can access everywhere, so I will click here confirm. Okay, now you can see that all our changes are deploying. It will take some time. Okay, here also it is deploying. Then after we will get the link to this cloud. Okay, let it be finished. Okay, then after we can access the cloud database. Okay, so now you can see that all the things are ready, so we need to now just connect the project throughout our application. Okay, so I will click here connect. Then I will click here connect to our application. Then I will copy this link. Okay, we will use this link to access the database. So here also there are some other options: connect with MongoDB shell and connect with MongoDB Compass. Okay, so we will use the application. Okay, so inside the environment file I will put here by adding one more variable. Okay, URI I have used here. So I need to change the password as you have selected. Then you have to change the password that you have put that time. Okay, during the user creation time. So my username and the password is same. Okay, so then save this, then close here, and now we will connect this project to the MongoDB database here. Okay, then we will check it is connected or not. Okay, so to create the connection we will create one file in config. Okay, that will hold all the database connection things. Okay, db.js. Then inside that we will import Mongoose, as we talked about Mongoose. To do all the DB operations we need Mongoose. To connect, to delete, like to everything we do in DB operation, like the CRUD operation, we will use the Mongoose. Okay, then here I will create one variable of connect DB. Fine, then I will use as async. This will be as asynchronous operation. Okay, then inside that also I will create one more variable that will hold the connection is equal to await mongoose dot connect. Then inside that we will put the variable. Okay, process dot env dot mongodb. Okay, dot mongo uri that we have put here mongo uri, this one. Okay, so the first option will be the mongo uri. Okay, then after, so we need to put some options like use new URL parser, that will be true. This will be some default options. Okay, use create index. Okay, will put true. Then use find and modify, and here we will do false. And use unified topology, that will be true. Fine. Then after the connection we will display one console here, that is console.log. Okay, and inside that we will write MongoDB is now connected. Okay, fine. And here I will print the cloud name. Okay, connection dot host name. Okay, we'll print the host name, and this will be a color of cyan and underline bold. Okay, fine. Then at the last we will export this method. Okay, we will use this function in the server.js. Okay, we will call this method in the server.js. Then we will export this to access in the server.js file. Okay, fine. So here we have just connected to the database, like by using the mongoose.connect method. Here we have written the asynchronous operation, so we need to give await here. Okay, then it will connect by using the mongoose, and here the URI, that the URL address we have put it here. Then the options are here. After the MongoDB, after the connection it will be printed. Okay, fine. So now we will import this to in server.js file. Okay, so here we will get the connect db. Okay, as require we have inside the config, and inside the config it is db. Fine. So after the environment file use, we will call this. Okay, so here we will call this function connectdb. Fine. Okay, then save all the things. Okay, then restart your server to see the changes, because we have changed the environment file, so we need to restart the server by node1 server.js. Fine. Now you can see that MongoDB is now connected. This is the host name. Okay, so we have successfully connected the database. So if you are getting some issues, please write them in the comment box. So I think we need to wrap up this video. From the next video we will create the model and will register user, and we will create some node, and we will use node mailer to send the verification thing. Okay, so let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.